Your general view is that, at least on the China front, they're doing this crackdown for three sort of similar but yet disparate trends. Can you explain what you think they are?
Yeah, so I think the first is that we've seen for many years of President Xi and the Chinese state wanting to kind of rein in these tech titans who are seen as being potentially too powerful. And then the second, and kind of related, is data sovereignty that we've seen not just China, but really every country, the United States, the EU, India, realizing, albeit late, the value of data and taking steps to make sure that they have access to data, and also that rival countries don't have access to sensitive data. So I think when, in the case of Didi, the idea that a company with such sensitive information about where Chinese citizens are traveling at various times in various places, the concern that could somehow be exposed to U.S. investors or regulators was a very big concern for the Chinese government.
Your general, I think, view also is that this is kind of a shot across the bow for them, and that to some degree they're not going to kill their golden geese. But how will we know when they feel enough is enough?
Well, that's the tough question, right? I mean, it is kind of two conflicting trends. The Chinese government, in their Made in China 2025 plan, has put a lot of emphasis into building and supporting a tech sector that could rival the United States. But at the same time, they don't want that sector to become so powerful and those kind of titans of tech to become so powerful that they could rival the Chinese government. So you do see a little bit of a conflict there. And in this instance, China apparently believed that the harm that Chinese tech companies might feel in terms of raising capital from this sort of erratic action was worth it in order to remind those titans of tech that they are Chinese citizens first and businessmen second.
Kellen, you bring up a good point about capital raising, because it does seem that all of these crackdowns come either right before or during, right after a potential listing. What is it about an IPO in particular that seems to be kind of triggering these crackdowns from the Chinese government? Is it a sense, as you mentioned, that these companies have made it, they're listing, they're publicly traded companies or about to be publicly traded companies, time to rein them in? Is that something that we can look at for potential Chinese listings in the future?
Yeah, so it's a little perplexing. I mean, the stated reason, the stated concerns is data security, that the Chinese Cyberspace Administration is worried that somehow by going public in the United States, a company like Didi would be forced to turn over sensitive data. It's definitely true that when you go public in the United States, there's transparency requirements and disclosure requirements, but that generally doesn't involve turning over sensitive customer data and who's taking a Didi ride where. So I think the concern is more that when you have a company that's this powerful and controls this much data, if it's going to go public in the United States, the Chinese government's concerned that they might cozy up to U.S. regulators and to U.S. investors, and that might somehow kind of compromise their loyalty or their data in some way. So the government wants to either be able to block and discourage these types of public listings in the U.S., or at the very minimum be able to do a very thorough security review and make sure that all of their concerns, whether data security related or otherwise, are addressed before a company goes public. And I think in the case of Didi in particular, the fact that they were reportedly warned or asked to delay the IPO and then rush it forward really made them someone who the state wanted to make an example of, because what the Chinese government does not want is for industry to think that it can act on its own without the blessing of the government.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.